Hey peeps, it's Jedd here from Disrupt Tutoring, and as always, it's such a pleasure and a privilege to be with you. Today we're going to deal with a question that requires us to use some words to create an algebraic equation and then solve it. So a word problem, or we're going to do some problem solving. So they've said to us Mary gave 1/3 of her money to Nazim and 1/5 of her money to Alberto. Alberto received 28 Rand less than Nazim. How much money did Mary have originally? Right, so there's an important starting point, and we need to assign one of these an X. So what I'm going to decide is I'm going to say that let the money Mary has, so money Mary has equal X. Okay, so that's a really good starting point. Now we can decide how much money she gave to Nazim and how much money she gave to Alberto. So Mary gave 1/5 of her money. Okay, so let's start with Nazim. She gave 1/3 of her money. So she gave 1/3 of her money. So that would be 1/3 X to Nazim. And she gave 1/5. So, and then Mary gave 1/5 of her money, so 1/5 times X to Alberto. Okay, so that's a really good starting point. What we also know is that Alberto received 28 Rand less than Nazim. So what we're going to do then is we're going to say that if Nazim got 1/3 of her money and Alberto received 1/5, the difference between those is going to equal 28 Rand. Okay, now we're going to need to solve for X. And there is an easy way to solve for X here. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to get rid of these pesky denominators. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a term that I can multiply everything by, and that is going to be 15. So I'm going to times every single term by 15, and you shall see why in a second. So if I times the first term by 15, the 3 cancels out with the 15 and I'm left with 5. So I'm going to be left with 5x. Then if I look at the second term, the 5 cancels out with the 15, I'm left with 3, and that means I'm going to be left with 3x. And then the 15 times 28, I'm going to plug into my calculator just for a quick answer, and that's going to be 420. So I'm going to have 420 there. Now, on the left-hand side, I can simplify quite simply. So 5x minus 3x, that's going to give me 2x equals 420. And that, therefore, means that x is equal to 210. What did I say x was? Well, I said x was the amount of money Mary has. So that means we've solved the question. So we can therefore say, marker, Mary had not a little lamb, but 210 Rand to start with. All right, before she generously shared it with her friends. Thanks so much for joining us. Thank you so much to our sponsor for making this video possible. I really hope this one helps. These problem-solving questions can be quite tricky, so it's always important to practice them. Read all about our sponsor in the description below. Remember to head over to our website for more of these epic tutorial videos. If you can't find the answer to your question, send us the question and we'll respond with a personalized video just for you. Until the next time, stay epic.